a burden. Will says goodbye to Hunter and promises he'll come back, but the boy points out his mom said the same thing. The trio finally leaves and Nina continues to be rude to Katie, so Will tells her to behave. Nina then explains that Reapers emit high bioelectromagnetic pulses and her modified compass can detect them when they're within a half mile. After a long walk, they find the Elba Fire Road and the 8,000 feet line. Once the compass confirms there are no monsters nearby, the trio crosses the line and starts going down. Moments later they find some abandoned trucks, so they search them for supplies. They get some flares, ammo, and even a grenade launcher that Katie knows how to use. Nina also finds a Reaper scale and takes some time to gather a sample. When Katie tries to rush her, an argument ensues and Nina accuses her of trying to get into Will's pants. A furious Katie pushes her against a truck and reminds her that Nina killed Katie's best friend, referring to Will's wife. The women start punching each other and Will has to separate them before it gets worse. The group keeps traveling and is surprised to find a bunch of horses in the forest, which means the Reapers only attack humans for some reason. Eventually they make it to Alta Vista ski area, where they plan to use the chairlift to travel to the mines safely. At that moment Nina's compass indicates that there's a monster nearby and they see something shaking the forest trees. Will immediately climbs to the top of the lift and starts working on activating the backup generators while the women stay on the ground to offer cover. Katie panics when she sees the monster approaching and shoots a few grenades that cause some explosions but do no damage at all to the Reaper. Will finishes connecting the generator and Nina hits the switch before getting on a chair, where Will immediately joins her. They open fire at the Reaper as it gets closer while Katie begins climbing the tower to reach the chairs too. The monster jumps on the cables and makes the chairs shake, but the duo manages to hold on. Katie waits for the right moment to jump but unfortunately misses the chair, so Will has to catch her mid-air. Nina runs out of bullets right before the monster makes the cables shake again, causing all three of them to fall to the ground. They immediately start running and manage to cross the line into the 8,000 feet area right before the monster can catch them. Since it's getting dark, the trio decides to stay in the ski resort for the night. While they share a drink, Nina points out that when the Reapers appeared, they killed 95% of the world's population without stopping to eat or sleep. Predators kill to eat, but the Reapers kill humans for fun and don't attack other animals. This makes her wonder if they were sent specifically to get rid of humanity. After the women fall asleep, Will remembers again the last talk he had with his wife, who really trusted Nina's skills to find a way to kill the Reapers. The next day the group finally makes it to the mine where Will used to work. He explains that both ends of the tunnel are above 8,000 feet but the lower levels do go below the safety line, which isn't received well. The tunnels aren't properly sealed so the creatures could still find them, not to mention Nina's compass won't work underground. They've come this far though, so Nina and Katie have no choice but to keep following Will. Wearing construction helmets for light, the trio enters the tunnels and spends a few hours walking in silence. Unfortunately they're forced to stop when they discover the main tunnel has been closed because of a cave-in. Will announces they'll have to go down level 7, which means they'll walk under the line for 1,000 yards. After getting startled by some bats, the trio takes the stairs and enters the new tunnel, walking as fast as possible to avoid trouble. Suddenly they hear a noise and cover the lights on their helmets, but it's too late. There's a Reaper in the tunnel and it's already seen them. The group immediately starts running while Katie shoots the occasional grenade, hoping to slow the monster down. Abandoned machinery also keeps the Reaper back and Will opens fire, but it's pointless. When they find a hole in the wall, the trio runs inside and Will shoots at the rocks